Hey guys, I'm Craig Slate.
And I'm Ed Bertaud.
And you're listening to
The Fresh Cred.
We'd like to welcome Susan Canales, the president of this fabulous show, Organic Produce Summit.
Thank
Susan,
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to
Appreciate
have
it.
you here.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here. Of course. We love that you guys are doing this and grabbing people off the trade show floor and getting some press for them and for us. Appreciate it.
It's been good, and Susan, for us, getting the opportunity to be part of a show like this or whatever, this is over time, we're trying to expand out, as we in this industry and all these different shows that he and we go to, we always are kind of just talking to the people here at the show, and ultimately, you guys giving us this opportunity, we hope to expand this out to where we can bring people to the show that couldn't be here.
Right.
Or even the people that are passionate about produce. Maybe there's somebody overseas or whatever that's curious about what's going on in the world of organics or the people in organic produce and stuff. So that's ultimately where we want to go. So we just interviewed Matt, and he said crazy busy.
Yep.
They've been great. So so far, how's the show going for you?
No, we're super excited. Best attended show we've had.
Okay.
We have about 1,800 attendees. We actually expanded the trade show floor this year. We added about 20 booths. So we're at 170, so we have 170 exhibitors, and we're just thrilled. I mean, you guys saw it. The trade show floor opens, and it's literally standing room only, which I guess could be a good or a bad thing because it's hard to traverse the aisles.
Yeah.
But I've never been to a trade show where I complained about having, so many quality people that have the opportunity to talk to. Of that 1,800, we have about 300 retailers here. So a tremendous ratio of retailers to exhibitors. And our show still remains that size where a retailer can get around to every single booth. And that's one of the things we really pride ourselves on. In our show, everybody has the same playing field. There's nobody, if you're a company who can afford to buy a 25 by 40 booth, not here. Everybody gets an 8 by 10. Everybody gets the same playing field to share their products and meet the retailers.
Yeah, no, I mean, so SunFed, our company, has been attending this since it began.
Yep.
What is it, seven, this is our seventh?
This is seventh, yeah. It would have been 8, but,
So
there
that's
was a
what I
little
was
thing
going to
called COVID.
So it's been 8
Yeah.
years, and so that's
Yes.
that's counting the skip year. So it's 8 years,
8
but
years
7
total.
events.
That's correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that was my question. But yeah, we've been part of it since you guys first began. How long have you been president of OPS?
I've been involved since the beginning.
You have been involved
Yeah.
since the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many booths when it started?
I think we had 72 booths when we started in 2016.
And we were up at the Hyatt then,
We were
right?
at the Hyatt then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had about, I think it was maybe about 800 people, 700 or 800 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been less, but
Yeah,
it was around that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have finding this space and be able to be here at the conference center is, it's our home. It's where we feel like we do our best job. Although the Hyatt were fantastic partners of ours as well. So kudos to the Hyatt for all that they've supported us. But yeah, we're thrilled with the attendance. Last night's opening reception, I don't know if you had a chance to go. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. People were everywhere, and so that was exciting to see. And the educational sessions and keynotes this morning, again, standing room only in most of the rooms. So we're excited. We feel like we're bringing content that people want to hear. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's why we've been successful.
We've heard feedback from guests throughout the day about how great the content has been.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of the single-day expo. I think we've all been part of and attended multi-day expos, and there's a significant burnout factor after a couple days. So I like the energy that a condensed schedule creates. Right? It's almost palpable. I say desperation. I can't. I'm in sales, so there's a little bit of that, in the air. So, but it's great. It makes everybody, prepare and schedule, and you can do more in less time if you really try.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I think it adds the excitement.
I just would mirror your comment because we feel that same way about this show. It's really, it's a 2-day show because we have our retailer field tours that happen on Wednesday. But for all intents and purposes, obviously the trade show is just one day. and I don't think you don't get to that trade show fatigue level, you know, and I think it's been beneficial to us and our attendees. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys, for the expo piece of it, 1 to 5, is that is it 1?
Noon to 5.
Noon to 5.
Yeah.
Noon to 5.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's yeah, I love how, like you say, you got, everybody's pretty much got the same, or they all have the same size booth,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
can't have super extravagant.
Right.
170, that's a good number. I think
Yeah.
anything south of 200 is really kind of the sweet spot. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, that's all great from my side as
Yeah.
a vendor, as
Yeah.
somebody coming to a show. How does it, as somebody trying to run a show, how is it for you?
But we kind of sit down. We do a post-show team meeting and see what we think worked and see what didn't. A lot of it is behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
Things that possibly go wrong, nobody ever even sees. We see it, right? We hope. We hope
Really?
nobody notices it.
You mean it,
But,
it doesn't
yeah.
come off as flawless as it seems?
No, it does. It does, yeah. But no, we really feel that this size, we've had, you've been with us, like you
yeah,
said,
since the
from the beginning, and people have told us repeatedly, don't grow the show. This size is just perfect for us. And again, the retailer can get around to every booth, and you know, it doesn't turn into a 2-3 day function. So I think we've hit our sweet spot, and for us, it's really just working on making sure that we have really relevant content and that we're looking at what's happening in the industry, and we're mindful of that as we develop our educational sessions moving forward.
So in the industry, you know, for fresh produce and for organics, still seeing from all indications the kind of growth, you know, what's the growth like in that space? I mean,
yeah, I mean, we always say, listen, we're trade show producers. We're not economists. So, you know, I wouldn't want to, I don't want to get into, I don't want to get into an area
most of the
that,
economists I've known or listened to, you could do as good as them and never have known anything about economy. So
I think, you know, we still feel that there's a lot of growth to be had. And just for example, like our educational session this morning, Powered by Plants, we have premier athletes who have shifted their diet to a fully plant-based diet and are thriving, right? And I think that messaging is going to just continue to grow and be out there in the world. And, you know, people are boomers, you know, I'm on the tail end of a boomer, and we're all looking to live longer and stay healthier. And I think those diets are changing. And I think younger generation is, I think, more mindful about health than maybe, you know, I'm going to put you and I together.
You and I are probably close together, yeah. You know, I'm probably a little older, but that's okay. But yeah, and yes, I agree. Well, I just sent out to him, family members and stuff. I became a big fan of Peter Attia, who's a doctor that he just wrote a book, Outlive.
Okay.
You know, it's one. I got to listen to a podcast. My wife says I've got a man crush on him. I don't know.
Oh,
if it's quite
you've got to give me that info.
He is. It's honestly, you know, the deal is when when you listen to his podcast, it's like going to a biology class or something. I mean, it's gotten less heady in some of the early days, but in the early days, in the early parts of his podcast, they were pretty deep stuff. But it was really informative. The book he's written, and it's not just about
longevity.
It's not just about longevity. It's more the whole health span thing, right? I mean, trying to live a good quality long life.
Right.
So if you just lived
not just long, quality. Yeah.
Which that's the thing that I think for people like in our age group, right?
Yeah.
We're starting to look at it, and we've seen the people that didn't do the right things, didn't take care of themselves in a diet, maybe didn't have an exercise. They just went through life without being observant. And I think you've got a situation with even my son at 23, much more attentive to what he's eating, how he's taking care of his body, how he's doing that kind of stuff. So the world has definitely changed, which all that speaks to fresh produce.
That's right.
And organic fresh produce.
That's
education.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I see my kids drink way more water than I ever thought about drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, water for me was gross. You know, like, I was drinking Kool-Aid, Coca-Cola, whatever, but my kids are drinking more water than I ever thought about drinking.
Yeah, it's true. Well, food is
without
medicine,
even being told.
For sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I think we see from, you know, all the information that we get from the industry, our data dive that presented, you know, we still feel like there's an upside trend to what's happening in organics.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. For the industry, we as a company at SunFed, that's a space that, 10 or 12% of what we do is that. We're looking to be 20, 25%. So not only do we see it as a growth area, but it's a growth area that we think it's right for our company to be plugged into. So it's really important to us. But before we get out, right?
Yep.
So look, you're going to do this show again next year? You done?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we're coming back.
Yeah, we are.
Same place, same bat station, so to speak.
Same place, same. July 2024. Don't have the dates right off the top of my head, but I think it's the 10th and 11th.
I was going to say, I'm sure it's that second week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that's been pretty consistent.
That's our schedule. So yeah, we'll be here. Hopefully you will too.
We know, definitely will be. It is
the award-winning puck. Did you share our award?
And now you know we actually you got
the bestie.
We got a bestie for
Wow,
Bestie Podcast.
Congrats! Very nice.
Super excited about that.
Very nice surprise.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, I so appreciative of you asking me to be a part of this, and can't thank you enough.
Did we miss anything? Anything else?
Yeah,
we talked
about
about
next
dates,
year's show.
we talked
about,
Yeah, I mean, again, we don't have that lineup set yet, but we actually give ourselves about a week break, and then we start working on it again.
So as far as folks signing up for next year, estimated, what time frame would they be looking for?
Yeah, actually, we're going to do something new this year. We're going to reach out to our exhibitors. We might have a little bit earlier sign up to renew booths this year, so we'll be sending that messaging out to exhibitors in the next couple weeks or so.
Awesome.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, Susan, thank you very much. Thank you for letting us be here. We
absolutely.
We really,
Our
truly
pleasure.
appreciate you guys that, and we look forward to continuing the conversation.
Hope you come back next year doing this.
We would love
your booth and doing this.
And we'll get together right before next year's show and kind of lead into
No 40 by 25 booths, by the way.
Yeah, sorry.